Okay, now we're gonna get down to the business this time. Joe Biden stepped down. Kamala Harris steps in. Here we go. DEI supporter. All these racial crap, right? So this is what I did. Like I said, I grew up in a white town, Franklin County, Washington, Missouri. Now, I'm gonna probably ruffle me a few feathers with this one because I'm gonna tell you where I really grew up at. See, Washington portrays itself to be a corncob capital, pipe, corncob pipe capital of the world, right? They're known for 'em. Franklin County was the main crop was tobacco. Do you know who harvested their tobacco? That's right. That's right. So I took me some notes. I wrote a few things down about where I grew up at. Give you kind of an idea of what it's like to understand where you come from, right? Okay. So in 1860, in Franklin County, there were 1,601 slaves. All right. 10 years prior, there was 1,459. Same county I grew up in, Franklin County. All right. Now, Franklin County got a lot of bluffs. It's right off the Missouri River. A lot of fertile land. Good for agriculture. Do you know who harvested agriculture? That's right, slaves. Now, some of their main products was Indian corn, wheat, oats, hay, and number one, tobacco. Right? Now, slavery was extremely important in the production of all these products, productivity. You gotta have it, right? Now, historically, the slave population and trade were closely tied to its agricultural output. River-based transportation routes, and in 1820, there were approximately 10,000 slaves statewide. By 1860, it had grown to about 114,931. That's in the state of Missouri. All right. Now, I grew up in Washington. Now, Washington is right off the Missouri River. And I'm going to tell you just how significant Washington is to not only the slave trade of the Missouri, but the slave trade period. Washington, Missouri, where I grew up. Yeah, the hidden secrets. I'm going to give you some of them. They was the number one transportation hub. Washington's location along the Missouri River made it an important transportation and distribution center for the movement of the slaves. Steamboats traveling along the river would stop in Washington, facilitating the trade and transfer slaves to and from the region. That's Washington, Missouri. Slave market and auctions. Washington was home to active slave markets and auction houses where slaves were bought, sold, and traded. These public sales were a common feature of the town's economy and contributed to the perpetuation of the slave trade. Washington, Missouri was so dedicated. The slave traders and the dealers, Washington attracted a number of slave traders, dealers who established business in town, specializing in selling and transportation of slaves. These individuals and companies played a central role with the region's slave trade, with Washington serving as a hub for their operations. Right? Now, slave-based agriculture. Surrounding agriculture economy of the Franklin County, which Washington served as a commercial center, was heavily reliant on slave labor. The demand for slaves to work on the farms and plantations in the regions contributed to the importance of Washington as a slave trade hub. Slave patrols and enforcement. Oh, Washington had some. They had organized slave patrols, law enforcement, ways to monitor and control slaves. You know, keep them in check. Make sure they don't try to run off nowhere. The centrality of Washington, Missouri, to the slave trade and economy of the region highlighted the deep-rooted nature of the institution of slavery in the area. Another significant impact had on the town's development, social fabric during the 19th century. Man, you think they shook off all that superiority and all that good thought? They still there. It's still there. I lived through it. Seen it firsthand. So this is their legacy. All of their economic growth through the exploitation of slavery. The economic impact. See, there's a whole lot of places like that. And there's some people in politics today that want to see more of that. Now, here's where you got your problem. You know, anytime that somebody starts attacking you personally, they got no argument. Now what are they doing? And it's both sides. It's like watching WWE wrestling or something. Surprise tag team match. Surprise. Look, the last time all this kind of crazy crap was going on, it was when George Bush Jr. and Obama was trading places. Check it out. Look back. See the same thing. Bunch of turmoil. Hey, let's get some colored folk in there. I ain't trying to say nothing bad about Kamala. I don't know nothing about him. Haven't studied up on it. Know about Trump. Don't have to study up on him. Typical old thing. But I'm going to say this. Anytime you'll stand and watch some wrong be done, it won't be long before you're going to be standing on the other side wondering why nobody's screaming for you. Now, I ain't nowhere as close to no prejudiced person. For real. I guess I am. We all got prejudice, right? So yeah, I guess I am. Prejudice against people who think they got the right to tell other people how they can live. Prejudice against people who think that they know better how somebody should live, especially when they ain't never had to live. Take any one of them people out of that damn House of Representatives, State House, bring them down here where we at. Make them get up and do what we got to do every day. They won't talk that kind of shit while it's happening to them. Sit down, start crying, talking about how they're getting blisters, how they need a doctor. Talk tough. I gotta tell you, boy, where I grew up, people I dealt with, kind of crap I listened to. You gotta remember, we didn't oppress your people for 400 years. So you think you hate us? There ain't gonna be no go along to get along now. Believe that. You can bank on that. But, anyway, back to the story at hand. This is all a classic example of why DEI bothers folks. Critical race theory bothers folks. Affirmative action bothers folks. But this is what you need to think about. Slavery was affirmative action for white folks. They wasn't doing no work and they was getting all the money. Right? Jim Crow was affirmative action for white folks because black folks couldn't get none of the jobs they was getting, couldn't get none of the money they was getting, couldn't get none of the housing they was getting, couldn't get none of the food they was getting, couldn't even walk in the same place. Affirmative action. Right? We all cry, oh, white privilege. I don't see no white privilege. You didn't see no white privilege in Jim Crow. You didn't see no white privilege in slavery. You didn't see no advantages you had. All your forefathers, your ancestors, all they had, that's affirmative action. All of it. You had a 400-year head start. Now you pissed off because somebody's starting to gain ground. Now you got to change some laws. We got to get back to the good old days. When they was just working for us, kept their mouth shut because they knew they'd get whipped. We ain't scared of getting whipped no more. We got the same whips y'all got. Probably more determination too. But look, it don't matter to the people on the bottom if the top catch on fire. You know what I mean? We're already on the first floor. We ain't up there with you dumb son of bitches. Think you hiring somebody, know somebody, more than somebody. Been doing dirt since day one. Country built on doing dirt. All by the same people. And I'm talking to everybody here now. We all know. Rich white man, right? One with the car. One who lived off of, got all his ground off of what? Affirmative action. Every fucking thing that everybody's got, they got off affirmative action. Now you don't even want to share that. Is that funny? Is that funny? What's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. You know, the only people who don't think the game is rigged are the people that are gaining from the rigged system. It's the only one. Look, if you can't go up and ring the doorbell on any senators, representatives, anybody up here, if you can't walk up there and ring their doorbell, do the same thing I am. Nothing. They ain't doing nothing for you. They ain't doing nothing for you. I promise you, I know. I had a whole bunch of, oh man, look here, you just come on over here and help me out a little bit. I try to help them out a little bit, put them up on a little bit of something. They rip me off. And then sit back and laugh about it. That's all right though. Because you know what they did? They just made sure that the next time that I got a chance to pass it on, it won't be to them. It wasn't like that was the first time I'd done something like that. Won't be the last. It's the kind of guy I am. It's what I do. It's what I do. Another thing I do is I watch folks, how they act. When I watch politics, it's just like watching a wrestling match. It's just public entertainment. Ain't nothing to take serious except the fact that they all damn fools. Cause look, you can make all the rules you want. You can put that puppet back in there, you can put that fool back in there, you can put whoever you want in there. But we already know your rules ain't for us anyway. So, do something stupid, think you're gonna start rounding people up, putting them in their place, all that shit. And I'm calling on anybody who calls herself an American. I ain't even bullshitting you. What I just read to you about the town that I come from, I can promise you, that shit is born and bred in them boys just as well as this grass is green. It's bred in them. And it ain't superiority, it's bred in them. It's fear. Because they know all the dirty shit they done over the years. See, it ain't just black people, man. Look, every person of color. Look, why they tell the Chinese? Why the Chinese the damn enemy? But they got property over here. How they buying up property over here? Who's selling it to them? Ain't no brother. Ain't no brother selling no damn property. Cause hell, he can't get none. Who sold them the property? All them damn Muslim terrorists. All of them. All them damn Muslim terrorists. Name me 5 that have attacked or set bombs off in the United States. Don't give me that 9/11 shit. That was the excuse to go exterminate some more. I lived through all this shit, man. And a bunch of you too. And y'all know full well. Sorry. Y'all know full well what's transpired in these past 50 years. I turned 60 years old, June 22nd, this year. I turned 60 years old. Hell, I can't even believe I'm 60 years old. Hell, a lot of times I forget I'm 60 years old. Get to losing my breath and shit. Blood pressure want to jump up. Nah, not my blood pressure, because I really don't give a damn like that. I ain't getting that wound up. Don't seem too much stupidity. Don't watch people do the same shit every time. Look, anytime you so stuck to the script that you're gonna try to tell black people that the Mexicans are taking their jobs, that was the funniest shit I ever heard in my life. That was some funny shit right there. So stuck to the script. So tough. Man, look, this ain't the 50s no more. And all you white people, I'm saying it. Man, y'all better wake up, smell the coffee. Cause y'all ain't no different. If you can't ring their doorbells and walk in, you in for a rude awakening. All you Trump supporters, man, you boys, y'all gonna be sick. Y'all gonna be sick. They don't give no damn about y'all. They keep talking about Republicans, Democrat. Dude, we just as broke as each other. Go through the same shit as each other. Same shit. You get a sick daughter, I got a sick daughter. No, I don't have a sick daughter personally. Everybody got sick family members. Everybody got bill problems. If you can't knock on that door, ring them doorbells, get them big wigs, open it on up, bring you on in, let you lay down, all that good stuff. Man, they ain't got nothing for you. They ain't got nothing for you. Land of the free. Dude, there are more people locked up over here than anybody. We ain't even the biggest damn country. Got more people locked up than anybody else on the planet. Land of the free. Free to do what? Go to jail? Free to be told what to do? Free to have judgment passed on you? Can't pass nothing back. Free to make an accusation, not have no consequences. You know, I don't know. I'm just me. I'm just trying to understand a little bit of shit. It's quiet elevation. Help me elevate.